new development over the past 5 to 10 years called collaborative law, and it's in my opinion the best thing that has ever happened to the divorce practice.
Wow. Okay, can you tell us about it?
Well, collaborative law provides an opportunity for the families going through divorce to find, it's an alternative approach that's non-adversarial. They find shared solutions, and it's a less painful process. You have the opportunity to invite, it's a team approach to resolving the divorce. You have an opportunity to hire mental health professionals as divorce coaches or child specialists who focus on the family and parenting issues. You would hire a neutral financial professional to help the parties resolve their financial issues. So you have one financial person gathering the information for both parties as opposed to the parties fighting and each hiring their own financial person. And you have the lawyers working together in a non-adversarial manner as opposed to fighting with each other.
Wow.
And it's just a much healthier way to move that family onto the next stage of their life.
Right. Now, you kind of hinted at it, but my question is, where exactly did this come from? Was it a group of attorneys saying there's a better way to do this? Was it, you know, disgruntled people going through divorce saying, I wish I had these people here in my corner, not just attorneys? Where did it come from?
Well, I think it came from a combination of those things. It started maybe about 20 years ago in Minnesota, but it's recently taken place all over the world. And there's an organization called the International Association of Collaborative Professionals that have gotten together and really codified this. In fact, the Uniform Collaborative Law Act has recently been passed by the Uniform Commission, and it's being introduced in the legislature in Maryland next session, and it's already been introduced in the legislature in D.C. to help, you know, provide another method for parties going through divorce that's not based in court. And in fact, the Judiciary of Maryland is so excited about this that they've underwritten the training for hundreds of attorneys, and they've provided a grant so that there can be low bono and pro bono services offered to families with lesser means to participate in this process.
Right. Is it catching on? Are there many practices in our area?
Oh, yeah. In fact, there's an organization, there's 5 associations of collaborative professionals in the Washington metropolitan area, and you can find a list of them on dcmetrocollaborative.org. Has all the professionals listed and what they do, and you can learn more about it. But it's really catching on. In fact, I mean, my practice is probably a third to half collaborative law now, and people really are interested in it. And I've had couples that have gone through this process where, had they been in a court process, it would have been a disaster. For example, perhaps there was infidelity, perhaps there's been money that's been spent inappropriately, and rather than, you know, taking depositions and going through credit card accounts, we've had a financial person gather the information and find a shared solution that works for both people so that they can move on in a much healthier way. I mean, I've had a couple that went through a divorce and there were no kids involved, but they there was a lot of issues, and they had the opportunity with the help of the divorce coaches to sort of vent their frustrations. By the time they got to the uncontested hearing, I sent my associate for the uncontested hearing, and she texted me, she goes, "You're not going to believe this. Husband and wife are both here," and they hugged each other.
Wow.
And then they had a business together that they continue to work with. And it's you know, divorce is very painful.
Yes.
Most people, you know, even if it's the right thing, it's a painful process, but people really do want to resolve it amicably, and this provides a method that there's a commitment to not going to court, and it provides a way to do that.
All right, this is Robin Taub, attorney with collaborative divorce or practicing collaborative divorce. And as Robin said, if you're interested, of course, go to the website, myfoxdc.com. This interview will be there, and also information on how to possibly contact a firm if you're interested in, unfortunately, proceeding with this difficult choice, but maybe it will be a little bit better at the end of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay.
Allison, thank you. It is 8:38 right now, this Tuesday morning, and it looks like many people got money or gift cards for Christmas that are just burning a hole in their pocket.